Namaste and welcome back to the Data Structures and Algorithms classes. Today we are going to be solving a question from Leetcode. This question has been asked in Microsoft, Amazon and Flipkart multiple times, and I feel you must know how to approach such a question. The question is finding the letter combinations of a phone keypad. Now what does this even mean, right? I have linked the Leetcode link in the description below. You can go click on it and you can read the question. But let me give you a better understanding of what this question is actually asking us. For that, please understand. I'm bringing a phone's keypad. I'm sure all of us are used to texting, right? So if you notice, ultimately we click on a particular digit and every digit has few characters associated with it. For example, 2 has ABC, 3 is D, F, 4 is GHI, so on and so forth, right? Now, what the question is saying is, for example, if the input given to you is 6, you must now print all the combination of characters that you can generate if in case you use that 6 key on your keypad. Now you can see 6 has M, N and O. So would you agree? M, N and O are the 3 combinations that I can generate from the key 6 on my keypad. Similarly, if somebody gives me 4 and 6, if somebody presses 4 and 6, right? Now what are all the different combinations? Now if you look at it, 4 has G, H and I. 4 has G, H and I, right? So obviously, would you agree that somebody, if using 4, they can generate G, using 4, they can generate H, using 4, they can generate I. These are the 3 characters that using 4 key you can generate. Now, after 4, you are pressing 6. Now, after 4, if you press 6, then would you agree that 6 has M, N and O. So, would you agree that G and M is one combination, G and N can be another combination, G and O can be another combination. These are the different combinations that 4 and 6 if I press is possible, but that's not the only thing. H is also there. So H and M, H and N, H and O. Would you agree? How many times you have texted in your life? I don't have to explain this to you. Now there is another combination also, which is I and M, I and N and I and O. Any confusion till here? So did you see all these are the combinations? Now let us assume somebody gave 8, 4, 6. Now what are all the different combinations that one can generate using the key 8, 4 and 6 from the keypad on your phone? Simple. If you look at 8 has T, U and V. Would you agree with me? Which means T is possible, U is possible, V is possible. Now, obviously after 8, you are going to press 4. Now, after 8, if you are going to press 4 and after 4, you are going to press 6. Now, what are all the combinations of 4 and 6 you have already found out? Which means, would you agree? All I have to do is, for all these combinations, just attach T, in which case this is what I will get. Next, for all these combinations, attach U in the beginning. This is what I will get. For all these combinations, attach V in the beginning. This is what I will get. These are all the different combinations one can generate if in case you click on 8, 4 and 6. I think it's very simple, very easy for you guys to understand, right? So ultimately, if somebody gives you 8, 4, 6 as an input string in your program, this should be the output. 4, 6, this should be the output. If it was 6, this should be the output. That way, any permutation and combination of keys. I hope everybody understood the question. Now, how would you approach it if you ask me? This is a perfect recursion based question, right? Because if you notice the way I generated these numbers or these different combinations is using these numbers. See, 6 helped me in generating 4, 6. 4, 6 helped me in generating 8, 4, 6. Or another way to look at it, to find 8, 4, 6, first you would require 4, 6. To find 4, 6, first you would require 6. So I hope you're able to see that somewhere you're able to detect recursion here. Any which way, I've told you before also that there are 3 rules that you must keep in mind when it comes to recursion. And these are those 3 points, right? Definitely all these 3 points are satisfied here. Because if you look at it, very easy. Assume 8, 4, 6 is given to me. Would you agree that 8, 4, 6 can be broken down into 4, 6, a smaller problem? That can be broken down into a smaller problem 6. Now, if I break down 6, I'll get empty. Which means it will become empty, right? Which means I can stop here. So, one thing is that definitely I can break it down into a smaller problem. And definitely each problem's output depends upon the other problem. 846 depends on 46, depends upon 6, 6 depends upon empty anyways. I hope you're able to think. And hence, definitely my first two conditions of recursions are satisfied, and most definitely there is a base condition because it will become empty at one point of time. So how using recursion are we going to solve this? Well, for that, let me start generating the recursion tree, and easily from that you will be able to understand. So watch it guys. First and foremost, let's begin by calling the first function, right? Let's begin by calling the first function. Now, first time when I call the function, I'm going to pass the string. Now you must understand the characters or the digits, you're going to take it as a string from the user. So I'll give it as a string. Let us assume 846. And obviously, if you look at this, all this here, if you look at this, these are all the different inputs, right? So this is only a string, yes. Now these are all the different combinations. So that I have to store it somewhere. For that I will create answer. And even in the previous question of generating the subsequences also, we followed a similar approach. So I will have to have a variable called as answer. Now, if you look at it carefully here, one thing that you can notice is I have my string yes, which is 846. Initially my answer string is empty. Now what you must understand is that for 846, right, first digit you are pressing is 8. Now all of you know for 8 there are three combinations, T, U and V. Would you agree? There are three combinations, which means even here I should have three branches, T, U and V. I may select T, I may select U, or I may select V. I have three options. I hope you're able to think. For now, forget about U and V. Let's stick to T. Now, if in case it is T, great. T you have picked, which means what you're trying to say is all these combinations, which is see with T. T, 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 T and T. This is what you're going to generate, friends. All these combinations. Similarly, that for U, you have to generate. Similarly, that for V, you have to generate. But now you know that ultimately, if you want to find for T, that is 8 with T, then first you require 4, 6. If you want 8, 4, 6, first you require 4, 6. To that, if you just attach T, U and V, you will get all the combinations, right? For 4, 6, you require 6, which means our original string here, must now be broken down into smaller parts. So what I will do is, since I am picking T, I would like that to be one of my answers. So I will concatenate to the answer and I will send it. So you can see the new answer here is T. Now what about my string yes? Obviously, if I want to solve for 8, 4, 6, I first require 4, 6. So I will have to bring it down, I have to break it down, and from 8, 4, 6, I require only 4, 6. I am going to remove 8 and my new string is going to be 4, 6. Now, how to do this, how to concatenate to the answer, and how to ensure that the first character of the string is removed and it is made smaller, previously also I have explained. This is a simple concatenation with the first character. This is a simple substring operation. I hope you are able to think. Either ways, you already know it, so I will send it, right? Now see, I am focusing on only this part. Now if you look at it, now the string is 4 and 6, which means now what you are going to press is 4, that's what it means. Now if I click on 4, again I have three options. What are the three options? G, H and I. If you look at the keypad 4 in your phones right now, these are the three options, G, H and I, right? Forget about H and I. Now let's go to G. Now if in case I pick G, then that should be there in my answer. Already because you pressed 8, you got T. Now you're pressing 4 and you're saying I want G. So you have to concatenate G. So see, I'm concatenating G and I'm sending it. So answer will become TG. Right now it is 4 and 6. Obviously now for 4, 6 if you have to solve, you have to break it down into a smaller problem and solve for 6. I hope you're able to agree. Which means now I will again calculate the substring. Substring means it will now become 6 and that is what I will send. So see, now I am focusing on only G. Now if you look at G carefully, you will notice that the string is 6 and the answer is now TG. Now if you click on 6, look at your keypad. What are the three options? M, N and O. These are the three options that you have. Now let us assume, forget about n and o right now. Let us assume you want m. So what will happen is if you select m, then that m has to be added here. M has to be added here. Sir, where will we get this m from? All this you don't worry, I will explain. You have to add m. So see, m I am concatenating and sending it. Next call I am sending it. So see what will become? T, G, M. I hope you are able to think. Now obviously, again recursively you are breaking it down into smaller and smaller problem. Once more if I break down and I calculate or find the substring from the first position, this is the 0th position character, so this will go, it will become small. If it becomes smaller, it will become empty string I will pass, which means this, my dear friends, is your base case. Why? Because the string cannot be broken down further. The problem cannot be broken down further, which means I have now got an empty string. The moment you hit an empty string, this is your base condition, so I am coloring it differently. Now look at the answer. What is it? TGM. That is your first combination and hence you print it. Either you can print it or you can store it in a list somewhere. It is up to you. We will see all those combinations. We will look at it. But you got your first combination T, G and M. Right? Since you hit your base condition, you will print return. Control will come back. After it comes back, this call is over. Next, this call is there, which is N. Now, because it is N, take N, concatenate it to answer. It will become TGN. Send that as the new answer. After which, reduce the string. Calculate the substring from the first position. It will become an empty string. Empty string means base condition. You got your next combination TGN. Because it's a base, return. Oh, first this call was there, then this call was there. Now next this call, which is for O. How are you able to think? So for O, what am I going to do if you ask me? This is what I will do is I will concatenate O. So answer will become TGO. Send that as a new answer. I will break down my string further. It will become an empty string. I will send that. If I send that, then clearly one can notice that again I have hit my base condition because length of the string has become 0 and hence I will just print it or add it to a list. It doesn't matter. We can choose whichever option. So 3 combinations I've got. Return. All the calls are over. Return. Come back one step ahead. Now you solve for G. Now it comes to H. Now H means what will happen? All you have to do is concatenate it to the answer. So answer was T here. T plus H will become TH. Send that. Break your string. 4 will go. Only 6 I will send. So now see here. 6 and answer is TH. Now if in case you press on 6, you have 3 options. Same as that. M, N and O. Forget about N and O. Let's start with M. So if I start with M, you can notice here clearly that this is my empty string, right? Because obviously if I substring, I break it down, it becomes empty. Here I will attach M to it. I will concatenate and I will send, which means it will become THM. This is your base condition. I'm coloring it in a different answer. So you found another combination, return. Now N, concatenate, send. Break it down into a smaller string, become empty, send. Base condition. One more combination you have got. Again go back. Now it is O. Concatenate. THO you send. Obviously you are calculating substring from first position. This will become empty. Empty string means base condition. Another combination you have got. Any confusion till here? Great. All this is over. I will come one step ahead. All the calls are over. I will again come one step ahead. Okay. So H is over. Now it is I. So what does I mean? I means now take I, concatenate it to answer, send it. Answer becomes Ti, right? This string obviously will reduce in size. It will now become 6. Now I am focusing only on this part. Here also there are 3 possibilities. Here also there are 3 possibilities. M, N, O. Any confusion till here? Now quickly I am going to go. So if in case you select M, concatenate, it will become TIM. String will reduce in size, become empty. Base condition, another combination. Go back. Concatenate N. TIN is your answer. String will become empty. Another base condition. Another possibility you have found, right? Great. Come back. Concatenate O. TIO will be the new answer. After which this string yes, right, will become empty. Send it there. Again empty means base condition. One more combination you have got. Hope you're able to think. Which means now, so far what have we done? Original string that was 8 had 3 combinations. T, U and B. T, all combinations of T you have found. All combinations of T you have found, right? So obviously control will go back, control will go back, control will go back. Now you are here. If you were able to understand this, easily you will be able to understand this. One more combination I will show you. The last one, I'm sure all of you will be able to do it. Anyways, look at this. Now, what will happen here is very simple. Answer is empty because you're selecting U, concatenate, answer will become U. 846 will become 46. That will become your new string, right? So now 4. Now 4 means what are the combinations? Same, G, H and I. These are the different combinations for 4. Look at your keypad, right? Similarly, if I start with G, then clearly you can notice that here, if you notice, since I'm selecting G, I'll concatenate. It will become UG. That is what I will say. Substring, if I calculate, it will become 6. Now again, if you look at it, if you look at 6, 3 combinations, M, N and O. Now if I go for M, that means what will happen? UG, concatenate M, send it. Substring you calculate, it will become empty. Base condition, return. Now N, concatenate, UG, N, send it as the answer. Calculate the substring, it will become empty. Another base condition, print it. Return. O, UGO is the new answer. Substring you calculate, it will become empty. Another base condition. Similarly, would you agree that this part will also work? Similarly, would you agree this part will also work? So see, I'm just generating the tree for you. Similarly, would you agree that this entire part will work? See, the tree is getting built. Any confusion till here? This is your recursion tree. And all these are your base conditions. All these are your base conditions. And all those are your different combinations that you can generate if you use 8, 4, 6 in your keypad. Now that you agree that yes, recursively this can be solved, both in theory as well as a tree, now it is just time for us to go and convert this into code. How are we going to write this as code? Let me show you. Alright guys, now I want you to focus and stay with me. First and foremost, I'm bringing the keypad here for your reference. Now, these keys in the keypad have different characters associated with them. Now, we need to store all that characters somewhere so that we can easily access them, right? So, how are we going to do that? My proposal to you would be that you forget about that asterisk, forget about the hash. 0 to 9, if you see, there are 10 keys, right, which you will use to text. So what I'll do is I'll create an array of size 10. Now this is an array of strings. I'm going to store strings inside it. Okay, great. What are you going to do next? What I'm going to do next is, these are the indexes of the array. Now the index corresponds to the key. So 0 means 0 key. 1 index means first key, like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, you can see 0 really doesn't give us anything, right? It's just a space character, and the question has asked us to ignore 0 and 1 because you can see 1 has something else, 0 is not used really. So 0 I will leave it empty, 1 I will leave it empty. Now in 2 I will store ABC. In 3 I will store DEF. Similarly GHI, JKL, MNO, PQRS, TUV, WXYZ, right? And as you can see, the string inside every index corresponds to the key. 9, what is there in the key is only there inside the 9th index. So now, if in case somebody clicks 8 or the program gives you input 8, you know you have to go inside 8 index and you will find the string of characters associated with the key 8 on your keypad. I hope that is clear to everyone. Wonderful. Next, what you must be wondering, right? Now, what I'm going to do is very simple. Assume that the user gave you a string yes. In the string yes, the string he gave as input is 8, 4 and 6. How are you able to think? Now, you must generate all the combinations. So, for that, I'm going to create a function called as possible words. I'm going to create a function called as possible words. Inside that, I will have string yes and I will have string answer. These are the two variables. So that yes I will be passing, and obviously I also require my answer, right? Anyways, now the base condition of recursion was what? Very simple. This string yes, you will keep breaking it down. 846 you will break it down into 46. 46 you will break it down into 6. 6 you will break it down, it will become empty. So the base condition is, if the length of the string yes becomes empty, So that's what I'm writing. If in case length of yes is equal to 0, then I'm going to print my answer, and then also I'm going to return. Okay, great. So that is my base condition, so that infinite recursion doesn't happen. Great. Next what? Next what means, now how did we go about solving this problem? We basically first took the first character. First character here is 8. Now if you look at 8, you have T, U, V. There are 3 combinations, right? Now with T, you have to break down the problem into a smaller problem, which is 4, 6, and attach all the combinations of 4, 6. See, that is what I'm also just showing you here. That's what we did, right? 8, 4, 6 means 8 has T, U and V. To T, attach all the combinations of 4, 6. To U, attach all the combinations of 4, 6. To V, attach all the combinations of 4, 6. Which means, would you agree with me that first and foremost, I have to get all the combinations associated with 8, which is nothing but T, U, V, right? And then to T, with T I have to attach all the combinations of 4, 6. With U I have to attach all the combinations of 4, 6. With V I have to attach all the combinations of 4, 6. So how am I going to do it? I have a very simple way to do this. So I know that TUV is there in my array. 8th index has that. But ultimately this is a string. In that the 0th character is 8. Would you agree with me? So see, what I will do is, I will tell yes dot char at of 0, which means yes dot char at of 0 is what? 8. 8, not decimal 8, it is character 8. Now, if I pass character 8 as an index to my array, I will get an error. Whether it is a list or an array doesn't matter, I will get an error. Because this wants index. Index are integer values. Which means somehow this 8 character must become 8 in decimal. How will we convert 8 character to 8 in decimal? Very simple. For that, I am just showing you a table. In that I have characters and their ASCII values. You know, digits are also characters, 0 to 9. ASCII value of 0 is 48. 49, 50, 51, 52, till 57 you have. So 0 to 9 is from 48 till 57. I hope you are able to think. Now something very interesting. Look at this. 0 character, if I want to convert it into 0 in decimal, simple thing. 48 is the ASCII value of 0. If I subtract 48 from it, what will I get in decimal? 0. So see, 0 character, decimal 0 I have got. Similarly, you want 1. 1 in ASCII is 49. Subtract 48 from it, decimal 1, same as the character. 2, 50 minus 48 is 2. Like that if I go, 8, 56 minus 48 is 8. Character and decimal value are matching. Similarly, 57 is 9. Minus 48 is again 9. So what did you understand from here? If you have a character, subtract the character with 48, you will get the decimal equivalent of that character. I hope you're able to think. So how are we going to write that as code? Very simple. Yes dot character of 0 gave me 8. Minus 48 if I do, I will get decimal 8. That I will pass as an index to the keypad array. Which means now it will go to 8, take all this string, that is TUV, that I will store it in a variable called as key. So this is my key string, which has TU and V. Now it's very simple. What you have to do is, with T, you have to now attach all the combinations of not 8, 4, 6, but 4, 6. Similarly with you, which means you have to break it down. So see, again recursively, I will call possible words. Because I want to break the string down by eliminating the first character. Previous problem also you learned. All you have to do is calculate the substring from the first position. If you calculate the substring from the first position, 0th position is eliminated. Any confusion till here? Comma. Now you want to select T. For all, with T all the possibilities you want. So what should you do? Your answer right now it is empty. Answer plus character at the 0th position. So I'll just show that as answer plus key dot character at the 0th position. That is T. Right? Similarly, with U, you want to attach all the combinations of 4, 6, right? So once more I have to recursively call because there are 3 possibilities. Again I will call possible words. again substring from the first position, so it breaks down, again answer plus key dot character at the first position. Similarly, I'll again call possible words, again substring from first position, answer plus key dot character at the second position. I hope you're able to think. So these are the three things, right? Three calls. Now you must understand one thing. Look at the number of characters in key, 3 characters. Look at the number of recursive calls, 3. But if each of these indexes had only 3 characters, then I could have written like this and forgotten. But unfortunately, if you notice, there are few indexes, especially 7 and 9. 7 and 9 on the keypad do not have 3 characters, they have 4 characters. Which means if somebody gives 7 and 9, your program will fail. So a better thing would be to basically do this on every character of the key or the length of the key. Would you agree with me? Which means this can be done iteratively, this can be done as a loop. So what will you do? What I will do is I'll remove the last 2 calls. I'll just keep one call, possible words, and I'll put it inside a loop where I'll tell for I begins from 0. I goes till the length of the string. Hope you're able to think. I increments 1 by 1, I plus plus. And inside that I will tell possible words of substring of 1 comma answer plus character at the ith position in general. If I is 0, if I is 1, if I is 2, then obviously loop will stop. If it was 4 characters, then loop would work for this character also. I hope all of you are able to think. Perfectly it works. This is the recursive solution for this problem. And Microsoft, Amazon and Flipkart would be very impressed if you could break down this problem and logically explain it this way. Anyways, one last thing left out for us is to quickly go write the code. Let's go do it. Alright, as you can see, I have my possible words function ready. First of all, you must understand that this is my keypad. All the characters associated with every key must be hard-coded within an array. So let's first do that. So I'll just go on top. And within the class, I'll create a static string array called as Keypad. And inside that, I will store, I'll directly initialize this array with all this. So see, 0 is empty, 1 is empty, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hope you're able to think. Now that we have it ready, let's go inside, okay? Possible words, very simple. First base condition, if in case yes.length becomes 0, then you can just print it, print the answer and ultimately just return. Great, good. Now I'll come outside and then I'll put a for loop where I begins from 0. Okay, now before this, we have to first get which key we are looking at, right? So just go on top of that key. Yeah, there I will just tell like this, I want to go into this keypad. So keypad, and I'll index of operator I'll put, and there I will tell yes dot character at the 0th position. Okay, but this will give me a character. I want that character but in decimal. So minus 48. And the logic why I have already explained to you. This I will store it within a variable called as string key. And ultimately I have to just now iterate over this key. So I equal to 0, I less than key dot length, I plus plus. Next, just go there and now you have to call. So possible words recursively you have to call. So reduce the string, so substring of 1, yes dot substring of 1, and to the answer you please concatenate the character at the ith position. Yes dot character at the ith position. Simple. I've already explained this logic to you guys. Will this work is the bigger question. Let's execute and check it out. Okay. So if in case I were to execute this, then clearly if I give 8, 4, 6, then if I press enter, then it is giving us an exception, string index out of bounds exception at line number 48. Click on that 48. Okay, sorry, we have told yes dot character at, guys. Don't tell yes, but because ultimately the character at with the position 0 at the ith position from where we are iterating over key, isn't it? This is that key. We are iterating over that, but we told yes. That is why we are getting an exception. So let's make that as key. Let's make that as key. Good. If in case I execute it, then now it should work. 846. All the combinations you have got. So see, for T all the combinations, for U all the combinations, for V all the combinations. Perfectly it works. Any confusion till here? Beautiful. So make sure you guys go code this and experiment, right? Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed today's program. Let's catch up and solve more recursion based questions.